Opening prayers, page number 1.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path.
Sonja Bade Dane Josanje Daga Jin Sonje Be Sonamje Dola Pense Sanjin Ruparyo.
Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Manam Kata Nyampe Simjin Tamji Devotan Deve Jodan Dambar Jorje Damar Dandonga Je Jodon Rovor Jorje Dova me ve dava damen dava jorde. Nyeren chada nidan darve danyola ne bar jorde.
May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Oi lengthen jikten ramjan jun sam jor ramjan jam se shengen jor wei zo male loye langten bolo no tenyen dogon doge zong do so dale longjen dokpa jenje da Pongkan jenjen chayen de maje Nada zongwen upor jersega Barje dangzen shawar senje lo Ngedan ngemen tale yondor yen Jenga ne zondo wong da jeje Mengze lende ne lo mandanjo Parve sanje dobar jenje lo.
An infinite array of worlds, each with 4 continents and the wealth of infinite oceans of realms. If I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all beings they contain, my body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine. By offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping. Completely liberated from the bonds of real and unreal, transcending the names and attributes of arising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial. The supreme mandala is the natural state. When I offer it, bless me to attain the state of Buddhahood.
Om Garante Wanda Ganarana Manda Pade Jaya Sovai. Page 11. Oi Semje Namje Somboy Dong Loye Sebra Jedawa Jejang Temon Tebaye
Please turn the wheel of Dharma of the greater, lesser, and common vehicles according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings.
Good morning, everybody. First, please take a deep breath. Inhale fully. And then exhale all your stress. Just relax physically, mentally. Once more, please inhale fully. And exhale. Once more, please inhale fully. And exhale. So relax your body and mind. Just be here in this place, at this moment. The past is past gone, that where we are entering into the door, it's all just gone like a dream. And future is not yet here. And we have only this short moment, which is very transitory nature. Reflect on this. Within this state, as we know, just remind ourselves, every sentient being's desire for peace and happiness, they appreciate. We are making every effort towards this object. This is the goal of the every sentient beings. Nobody appreciates the suffering. Even they don't know anything, just reflect on this. Remind ourselves, even though we know these things. So on the base on this Buddha talked Dharma teachings, what is the suffering? What's the cause of suffering? What is peace and happiness? And what are the causes for the peace and happiness? You see, everything constitutes within this framework of universal. It transcends all the differences. Doesn't matter what kind of language we speak, culture we belong to, what kind of belief system we have. It transcends all differences. See, so within that, this all are, you see, constitutes about the mind. As we have some discussions yesterday, the mind is the unfathomable, such a profound, vast, but at the same time, you cannot see it, you cannot touch it. It neither exists nor non-exist. It's like the space. So the outer space, inner space. So the mind is the inner space, you see. The whole world is the product of the mind. Our individual's life is the product of your own mind. So there's a collective mind and individual. In other words, there's called individual karma and collective karma. This is all a product of the mind. So it is not as simple as many people think. We have come from the limitless lifetime up until now. So many Buddhas appear in the world to benefit sentient beings because we didn't have enough karma to meet the Buddha. We haven't received direct teachings from the Buddha because of the conditions we haven't created. So we should understand this is something constitutes all the causalities. So Buddha's teaching is not just a religion to believe or not to believe. It is the teachings of wisdom to understand the causality. That's why many great teachers in the past, you have read the stories, life stories of their life, how much they have studied, and how much they devoted in the practice. And then finally, they capture the total nature of the mind. So when you capture the total nature of the mind, then all these puzzles, confusions, finally dissolve. No. So it's actually the interest of every sentient beings, but everyone don't have this kind of conditions, fortune. And we today here who have this time, you could make this time here and reflect on the Buddha's teaching, the wisdom, the compassion. We are so fortunate. So, but this fortunate, if we don't take advantage now, may not happen again. It's so uncertain, because everything is so impermanent, transitory nature. Everything changes moment to moment, like the running of the river doesn't stay in one state. That's why here in this text mentioned, when you reflect on the impermanence here, the nature of all phenomena is impermanence. Because of that, death is a certain for all who are born. It's certain. We all know we get old, we get sick. We all know one day we'll die, but we're not prepared to die today, this moment. No. So for that is said, death can descend any time, like a dew drop on a blade of grass. In the morning when you see dew on the grass, as soon as the sun rises, it's all dews are dropped on the ground. So life is very fragile. We think I'm very healthy, strong. We never know. Uncertain. So quick, it is time to make effort for the essence of the Dharma. Essence of Dharma means there's so much things to learn. There are so many books to read. But we have to bring the essence of the Dharma in the heart, put into practice. So Milarepa said, I escaped the mountain because of the fear of the death. Because there's a lot of agitations in the world, in our life. So when we are agitated by these all different causes and conditions, we cannot focus. We want to study, practice Dharma, but we cannot focus. Our mind is scattered. So that's why Milarepa said, I escaped the mountain by the fear of the death. So then not just being in the mountain, in the solitude, but Milarepa said, I practice every moment by reflecting on the uncertainty of death. So if you ask what's the best time to practice Dharma, it's now. Because this moment we have the time, we have interest. Because if you don't practice Dharma now, then after some time your interest in Dharma will be dissipated. You may say, I used to devote so much in the Dharma practice, but no longer now. There are a lot of stories there, because we have been captured that moment when we are interested. So Milarepa was practicing every moment, practicing So, what he said, see, now I captured, the fold of the deathlessness. No. Now I have no fear of the death. So Dharma gives you this kind of wisdom, method. No. Means no longer fear. You see, everybody, even those who are not believers, nothing believe, but still they have a fear of death because it's uncertain what happens at the time of death. No, I'm not scaring you, you see, but just to reflect our wisdom. Reflect yourself in this. We are followers of Milarepa. We are followers of the Buddha. Sometimes when the monks are a little scattered, then Buddha says, oh, all the monks, everything is impermanent. Then all the monks there now remind themselves the awareness, the mindfulness of the impermanence. It makes you to relax your mind. To focus in the Dharma. See, there's a lot of distractions, as you know, especially nowadays in 21st century, because of the advancement of the science and technologies. There's so much medias. You can read so many informations from different sources, Facebook, TikTok, smartphone. You just go on and on and on, unending. Sometimes you forget to eat your lunch. You're so involved, So this, you see. At the end of the day, then you see what is really the benefit you get. See. So as I mentioned, the mind is the single most important that we need to focus, to reflect to your own mind. Since the mind is the creator of your life, creator of the world, so therefore the mind nature, the nature of the samsara, the nature of the ultimate meaning, nature of samsara is a suffering. As yesterday we discussed about some little bit about the suffering, the suffering of suffering. Reflect on this, the suffering of change, and the suffering of condition. As I mentioned, these 5 skandha, the 5 aggregates that we have, is the condition of the suffering. Even though you don't feel now suffering, but this is the condition of the suffering. Because of this body we have, it requires so many things to fulfill the desire of the body. You need a car because of your body to drive, and good car, expensive car, You need a house to live because of the body. If you don't have body, you need house, and good house, expensive car, expensive house. You want to make a very good, successful business, millionaire, billionaire. Why you want this? Because the body. Make sense? No satisfaction. You need TV because the body. You need smartphone because the body. So these 5 aggregates, you see. Now at the end of the day, then you just look how much you enjoy your life in with these conditions, but how much satisfaction you achieve. None of this will give you full satisfaction. So I'm not saying these all are bad, okay? Otherwise, as yesterday mentioned, sometimes we say Buddhists are so negative, everything's bad, 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 But we have to have wisdom to see that, to perceive that. We are using Buddha's wisdom, how to free from the existence of this samsara. Buddha's teaching is a way how to free from samsara. Why you want to free from samsara? If you have a very good place to live, good house, everything so perfect, why you want to move to another country, another place? You don't. You won't do that. So I have such beautiful place. I don't need to go anywhere, But when you are not feeling good at where you are staying, you are not fully satisfied, there's something wrong there, you see, then you want to move to another place, another country, you see. So if samsara is so good, why you want to free from samsara? Why you want to become Buddha? Why you want to go to the Sukhavati, Pure Land? Since everything's uncertain, you never know. Right now I'm okay, but I don't know what will happen. See, so that's what we are practicing Buddha's teaching. Buddha's teaching is wisdom, compassion, skillful method. So to this, for that reason, we take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. See, generally, everyone takes refuge to something else. When you are sick, you are taking refuge in the medicine. You take refuge to your doctor. Says, my doctor is very good. I can rely on my doctor. My doctor is so good. And his prescription of the medicine is so good. So likewise, Buddha, where you take refuge to Buddha taught all these wisdom teachings, not just only for Buddhists, monks and nuns, but for everybody. Every sentient beings. Means how to make a decent mind. See, we practitioners should have a very decent mind. Understanding, wisdom, courage, make a precision thinking, precise. Then when you practice Dharma so joyfully. That's Dharma practice. When you read Milarepa's life story, it looks like Milarepa has a lot of suffering. When he met his sister, well, he was in the mountain, no food to eat, no clothes to wear, and his sister was beggar. She just begs food. After many years, their separation, one day she heard, say, my brother Milarepa is in the mountain. So then she went to see him. And when she saw Milarepa, she was so disappointed, despair. Now, she just called. We are the worst people that exist in the world. You have nothing whatsoever, and I have nothing to offer to you. Why? Can you do something better than this? I thought you are doing a little better, but this is how. So then Milarepa said to her sister, yes, you are right. I have nothing. No. But should not have such kind of negative thought, disappointment. So Milarepa said, I, for the benefit of sentient beings, went to the retreat. I'm here in the cave, retreat. I'm retreating here. As you said, when you look at my conditions, now if other people see this, their heart will be broken. No. When they see my food, even the dogs will be disgusted. No. When even enemies sees my body, skeleton, their tears will be built with it. Their eyes will be built to tears. When you see my behave, no clothes, all this is embarrassing to sister. But if Buddha sees my mind, Buddha will be delighted, you see. He can sacrifice all this because he was practicing so joyfully. When some people comes to see him, oh, you made a mistake. You go around, go there and do a small, even you cannot do a big business, but just work for others. You'll get enough food. He said, you are making mistake. Milarepa said, no. I made such a great master, Marpa, and I received all those teachings. I'm the most smart person that exists in the world. No. He has that kind of confidence, courage, no fear to sacrifice our small things. See, because of Milarepa, you see now in the history, it's passed over 10,000 years, how much he has benefited. Just by reading his life story, people just feel so good. By hearing his teachings, they relieved their mind. It's healing. That's the Dharma. That's the wisdom of the Buddha. So we practice Dharma this way. Not just some emotionally feeling, emotional relief. To do this practice, first you understand, as mentioned, causality. As mentioned, interdependent causality is the foundation of the whole phenomena of samsara and nirvana. Understand that. That will give you confidence. You'll not leave. You will continue regardless of the conditions you have. Because if you involve emotionally to relieve some emotional problems, after that gone, you just leave. You just disappeared. You don't know where you are, But when you have this kind of understanding of the causality, everything functions within the framework of the causality. Nothing stands independently. So our life is in the dimension of the causality. Meditate on this, reflect on this, and we create something positive cause. Avoid the negative cause for the suffering. No. So get that understanding. Then when you got that understanding, for this you see, as I mentioned yesterday, Buddha taught the Four Noble Truths. No. You should know the suffering. As yesterday I have mentioned, you should know the suffering, all the details. You should avoid the cause of suffering. See. And you see, you should achieve the cessation of the suffering. Follow the path to the cessation Buddha cannot wash your sin by the water. Buddha cannot take your suffering by Buddha's hand. Neither the Buddha's wisdom can give to you. So I bestow my wisdom to you. But what Buddha can do, teach the reality nature. Dharma. Teaching that, you see. Buddha was very frank, sincere. Buddha explains what he can do, what he can help you, and what he cannot do. See. Make sense? Reflect on these things. You should read books more, study. Buddha said, you should investigate my teaching. It doesn't mean I made a mistake, but you should understand what I said. For that, you need to investigate. My teaching is taught not just for devotion. My teaching is taught to practice, to follow. But then somebody says, when Buddha said, you investigate what I taught, so just say, you should investigate Buddha's teaching. If Buddha made some mistake, get rid of that, Then they are deluded, you see. Some scholar, they say that, Buddha, even one word, he used that one word, even one word. It's based on wisdom, and based on reason. Not like we are just talking too much, We have a lot of false speech, make a lot of mistakes, But Buddha, even one word is based on the wisdom, reality, nature. Okay, that's why in the Konchog Gyaltsen said, in the Konchog teaching, Gyaltsen said this teaching is based on the Buddha's wisdom. When Buddha said anything looks like false, how it could be, but there's a reason. You should understand what the reason is about. Okay. For this reason, first, I know you took refuge. Some took refuge many times, but actually we take refuge every day. Every day we say the refuge prayer. Even right now we said that, prayer, refuge prayer. So now, to remind that, first, we take refuge. Okay? To do that, first you visualize Buddha. We have a beautiful Buddha here, Buddha. And then Buddhas of the past, Buddhas of the future, the present 1,000 Buddhas, all the Buddhas, Dharma teachings, the Buddhas teaching in the text form. And great sanghas like Chenrezig, Tara, Vajrasattva, Manjushri, so forth, and Shariputra, Mongoliana, Ananda, the Subhuti, and our lineage masters, all the great teachers. In front of that, first you visualize those just in front of you, and you should feel so good. I took refuge before many times, but I'm reinforcing to understand refuge more, deepen my understanding of the refuge. No? Refuge is the first most important, second most important, and last most important. Okay, that's what Jigdiel Songkul said. The preliminaries are more important than actual, because we think refuge is the preliminary. Then after you have done 100,000 prostration relation with the refuge practice, then you say, I finish refuge practice. How you can finish the refuge practice? Are you enlightened or not? If you are not enlightened, how you can finish refuge practice? See. At the end, you become Buddha. How you can finish? Okay? Oh. So, visualize Buddha, and all the estimation, all this you visualize. Not something substantial, nature of wisdom, nature of compassion, inseparable of the appearance and emptiness. No. Then to this, maybe it's good to do 3 prostration. Can you do 3 prostration? Can you do? Yeah, please do. Okay. 3 prostration with your body, speech, mind. Just Buddha in the front, in front of you. Yeah. I'm just performing the refuge ceremony. You are not taking refuge in me, okay? Okay. Thank you. Then please. Now, when we do the refuge ceremony, your sitting posture, as you know, your right knee on the ground, left knee up. No, I'm sure Garchen Rinpoche has talked to you about these things. When you do refuge. So, in the text here, we have. They are taking the bodhisattva's vow. Do you see that? In there's the translation is what you are just regular you are saying, and this here a little different, but same meaning. Same meaning. What you have is more polished, okay, but same meaning. So he said, until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assemblies of bodhisattvas. So this is refuge, okay, here. So in Tibetan, Changju Nyingbu Chigipar, that. So please reflect on this meaning, and we'll repeat this 3 times. So I will say in Tibetan, so you just reflect on this meaning, and we do this refuge, this ceremony 3 times, okay? First, when we do the ceremony, there's a little more things to aid. So all the Buddhas of the 10 directions and the great bodhisattvas, listen to me. Master, please listen to me. My names are such, then we follow until I attend. Then I take refuge in Buddha, so forth. Okay? Okay, now please repeat this in Tibetan. Chochuna, Shugbe, Sangyedang, Changju Semba, Tamje, Dala, Konsosu, Lobun, Dala, Konsosu, Da Ming. Please say your names. Dishi Chawa, Changju Nyingbur, Chigi Bar, Sangye Namla, Gyapso Chi, Chodang Changju, Sembayi, Cholang, Dishi Gyapso Chi. So this is the first. Now we repeat second, and with a feeling of gratitude, feeling of some special. So I'm so fortunate to have this opportunity to reinforce my taking refuge in the Buddha Dharma Sangha. Our second recitation. Chochuna Shugbe, Sangyedang, Changju Semba, Tamje, Dala, Konsosu, Lobun, Dala, Konsosu, Da Ming. Please say your name. Dishi Chawa, Changju Nyingburu, Chigi Par, Sangye Namla, Gyapso Chi, Chodang Changju, Sambayi, Cholang, Dishi Gyapso Chi. Now we'll repeat the third recitation. So at the end, when I say Tapino, you say Lexo, and the time you meditate, I reinforce my refuge. Oh, wow. Today I got such a refuge. It's a mile away. You see, I'm taking refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha for the benefit of all sentient beings. I open my heart to achieve Buddhahood for all sentient beings' benefit. What can you do more than this? Just you feel that. With this mind, please repeat. Third recitation. Chochuna, Shugbe, Sangyedang, Changju Semba, Tamje, Dala, Konsosu, Lobun, Dala, Konsosu, Da Ming. Please say your name. Dishi Chawa, Changju Nyingburu, Chigi Bar, Sangye Namla, Gyapso Chi, Chodang Changju, Sambayi, Cholang, Dishi Gyapso Chi. Oh, Ta Vieno. So, okay, now please say it. Oh. So this is a foundation that we are creating to cultivate bodhicitta. Okay. In relation to this, as yesterday I mentioned, the 5 precepts is included in this refuge. I took refuge in the Buddha Dharma Sangha. So Buddha's teaching, the foundation, first basic, is the 5 precepts. No. 5 precepts. Now I no need to repeat, or you know precisely. So keep this, take refuge and keep the 5 precepts. So precious. As I mentioned, this makes you such a decent person, trustworthy, reliable, precious person. You feel comfortable to yourself. You are not lost. No. See. Now this, yesterday we touched a little bit about the practice of loving kindness, compassion. So, here we have say 4 immeasurables. May all mother sentient beings, boundless the sky, have happiness and causes of happiness. That's the practice of bodhicitta. Loving kindness. Just to have a concise of understanding, just look to in this life, who's the most kind to you, made your life so positive. Sometimes there's many people, your brother, your sister, your friend, anyone could be made as significant that you got the benefit. But majority, your mother, she gave you the body of precious human life. She gave you the body. When you are born, you are nothing. Like an insect, knows only to cry. She took care of you, not just 1 day, 2 days, day after day, year after year. She took care of your life. And when you are sick, she took care of you, protect your life. How much she goes through the difficult times to take care of you. How much you cry when you're a child, she take care of you. And sometimes when you go to poor country, she takes her child and begs others, I need to feed my child. Please give some cash. Like that kind of. Then when you're grown up, then she sent you to school, kindergarten, school. Then she sent you to the monastery, if the monks and nuns, to get a good education. Whole her heart is for you. That's why it's all mother sentient beings. Not only human beings, even animals, look at insects, they knows nothing but her offspring. She takes care. She risks her life to protect her offspring. Look at all, just like the bird, how the bird hatches the egg day after day, with the good weather, with the bad weather. She totally dedicated to hatch the eggs. And when the chicken comes from the egg, how much she takes care. She kills hundreds and thousands of bugs, bring them to feed her chicken. No? This is not a Buddhist belief. This knowledge is religious thinking. It's reality. No? So you see, sometimes she scolds you because she wants you a better person. In her mind, her child is the most important. I want my child, the best one in the world. Even her child is not so good. She says, oh, my child is very good. She protects. So look that, you see, just general in the world. From that point of view, you develop loving kindness. Plus, you recollect her kindness. How much she has done to you. Meditate on this. Then says, I owe so much. Not just only this life, mother, but life after life, from countless lifetimes until now. See, that's why I say all mother sentient beings, those you know, those who don't know, even this life's enemies has been previous life's mother. There's a story at the time of Buddha. There was a great monk, Pavatadu. He was going to place. One day, a mother, she has a child sitting on her lap, and she was eating a fish. No? And then the fish has a bone, so there's a dog waiting for the bone. And the dog is coming closer to her, and she beats the dog. So get out of here. And then he saw, no, her child is rebirth of the family's enemy. And the fish is the rebirth of her father. The dog was the rebirth of her mother. So it is said, eating the father, beating the mother, keeping your enemy on the left, what is astonishing of the samsara. So it's like that, you see. Nothing is definite. But most important is this: now, when you practice loving kindness to all the sentient beings in your heart, as we said this prayer, those obstacles, enemies, all mother sentient beings, including those you see, that's because of that, you see. Now, when you keep that mind in your mind, may all the mother sentient beings, I love you. This is how you practice, you see. When you have that feeling, love in your heart, your whole system of the body, mind is eased, you see. That time you don't have to say the prayers. There is peace in your mind. There is joy in your mind. Your mind is totally open, you see, like a space. And there's no fear for you when you have that practice. See. Without that practice, we just say prayers, may all mother sentient beings have peace and happiness, may they free from suffering, you know. Say the prayer so much, but without bringing that feeling of the loving kindness, you know, in your mind. Without that, it's just praying. This future, something may happen. But if you practice this now, at this moment, you see, you don't have to say the prayer. The prayers is answered, but your own application of the practice. Okay? That's what we have to do, practice this. Every second, every moment, this is practice you can do every day. Wherever you are, while you are driving, while you are cooking, while you are working, while you are in the airport, while you are in the supermarket, just bring this in your heart, meditate there. You feel light. No. People feel your practice. This is not just a spiritual training, it's the reality check that bring into your heart. Meditate on this. And then you see, you just first you just see this, just how Buddha taught this. And you see how Buddha has great wisdom and skill at how we can be free from the suffering and bring the real peace anywhere you are. So just say in the mind, may everybody have all the peace and happiness and causes of peace and happiness. You see. Now, even though you want peace and happiness or every sentient beings, but in reality, they are suffering. So that's why in the next, you see, may they be liberated from suffering and causes of suffering. Let's just wish all the sentient beings free from suffering and causes of suffering. They are suffering, physical suffering and mental suffering. Mental suffering, see, anger, attachment, jealousy, pride, arrogance. When these are in the mind, they're suffering so much. So wish they all are free from this mental suffering. Meditate. See? That's the practice meditation you do. And this will bring real peace and happiness in your mind. You see, so first you look at this. When your mind is occupied with this love and compassion in your mind, there's nothing but only peace. See. Now, as yesterday we talked about the three poisons. Now when your mind is occupied by this attachment, desire, anger, hatred is mentioned there, jealous, these things in the mind, there's no peace. See, well, your mind is occupied by these afflicting emotions. You just say to Buddha, I pray, Buddha, I want to have peace and happiness. How much you pray, as long as your mind is occupied by these mental afflictions, there's no peace. Buddha cannot do anything, you know. That's why Buddha was very sincere, as mentioned. When your mind is occupied with all this, what I can do? I'm teaching you, get rid of these things. See? So you see, you just have this, you should understand this. Your mind is your mind, one mind. But when the mind is occupied by these all mental afflictions, it's a samsara, it's a suffering. As soon as when these afflictions taken care of, replaced by loving kindness, compassion, is nirvana. That's the peace. Understand? This is a very important point. Okay. As I mentioned, it's not just religious training. This is the practical approach. There you can understand very precisely what samsara is and what nirvana is. So then, as I mentioned, you really appreciate Buddha. You develop devotion to Buddha. This is how Buddha talked. Buddha's wisdom. And on the basis of that, Lord Jigten Sungkun, he communicated precisely what Buddha taught, without confusion, without mistake. No. So these great teachers, Buddhas, you see, So I follow the unmistaken path. Okay, the rest. Next is said, may they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversions to all the sentient beings. See, first two, loving kindness, compassion, put most kind of emphasis on this practice. Okay, so now, have you got a little better understanding of this practice? Okay, now we say this prayer together 3 times. Yeah, may also, yeah. What happened?
Causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless at the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Thank you. Now next, to practice bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is such a precious, very difficult people to hear about bodhicitta. Forget it to practice. So we who got opportunity to practice bodhicitta, so fortunate. It requires so many causes and conditions. The 2 great accumulations, the accumulation of merit, the accumulation of wisdom, all this. So they are designed, the practice of mandalas. Mandala is a design to accumulate great merit. No? And here we have this 7 lamp prayer. Do you see that here? Whatever merit I have gathered through prostration, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. So they call it the 7 branches of practice. As you know, when you do this practice, visualize all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, great lineage masters, everyone just put in front of you and do the prostration wholeheartedly. So I offer my participation to you. As many as dust particle of the universe, you just manifest. This way to take care of our ego, take care of the attachment to the ego. So I am using my body's mind for the service of the Buddha, for the service of the sentient beings. Just, meditate that. Then here said, offerings, you see, whatever you have, offerings, flowers, incense, waters, whatever you have, you make offering to Buddha, Bodhisattvas, and you can also multiply these offerings. So whole universe is filled with the flowers, incense, musical sounds, musics. And then when you drive, sometimes you see some place beautiful flowers. You just make offering to the enlightened beings. Sometimes you see the beautiful lakes, mountains, trees, forest. This all just bring into your mind. For the benefit of my mind and for the benefit of all sentient beings, I make offering to all the enlightened beings. Please accept this freely. No any expectation. I just make offering this freely. Now I'm so happy I could do this. May everybody be free from suffering, achieve enlightenment. Then next is the confession, you are practicing the Vajrasattva so much, the four powers, the power of remorse, power of antidotes, the power of the resolving, the power of the reliance. Not just only using your own purification, but also you should accept we are going to take the bodhisattva's vow. Myself and all sentient beings, we have made so many negative karmas in this life from other lifetimes. Knowingly, unknowingly, sometimes we are screwed up with our confusion. So these mistakes that I created, they brings nothing but only suffering. We are facing so difficulties. We are facing difficult, so unimaginable. We are suffering because of our mistakes that we made. We are paying the price. So today I purify all this. So remorse is very important because you are acknowledging the confusion of the samsara. In the samsara, how much we are confused. And then we are just doing something bad, but something says, explaining wonderful thing, So we are so confused. They will bring nothing but only suffering. So today I purify in front of all the enlightened beings. And I appreciate my wisdom that I receive to understand these things. Power of, remorse. So these are nothing but only bad, cause of suffering. Purify. Then next you see, especially the mind, mentally, there are physical negative actions, but especially the mind. And if you read Jewel Ornament of Liberation at the section of this here purification, Kampupa explains so beautifully with a lot of quotations from Bodhicitta Avatara. You should read. Even if you practice Vajrasattva, read that section very beautifully, lot of quotations from Bodhicitta Avatara. It's amazing, And then power of the antidotes, for the virtuous practice. Power of reliance, resolve means I will never commit again. I did it because from my delusions, from my confusion, but now I know I will never create. I will never repeat this. So this is resolving. Then power of reliance means relying to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. You rely to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, taking refuge. And then practice bodhicitta. That's, the Ajatashatru, the king, the king, the son of King Bibisara, Jebu Majeta. He created such a heinous crime in front of Buddha by the force of the Devadatta. No? At the end he realized he made all this mistake and he regretted with this power of remorse. And then he hesitated, maybe Buddha doesn't like me. But then he got a lot of support. Yeah, Buddha will like you. No? You should have a strong breath, no, strong mind to see Buddha. So when he went to see Buddha, and Buddha said, "Welcome the king," and he was so emotional. I didn't know this Buddha, you know. I made such a great mess. So then he said, "What should I do?" Buddha said, "You confess." And then he said, "All the sentient beings, negative karma, and myself including, I purify." There's connection with the bodhicitta, you know. The Buddha said, "Well done." Not just only confess your own negative karma, but negative karma of all the sentient beings. Buddha said, "It's beautiful, no, marvelous." So that's you see, he was free from samsara, achieved eighth bhumi at that moment, you know. So this confession, so this conjunction with your Vajrasattva practice. Then rejoice all the virtuous activities. Even somebody chanting one mantra, doing something good, helping some insects, you just rejoice. What a beautiful thing. What a wonderful. Oh. Even some people you don't like, if that person is doing something good, instead of saying, "Oh, this is so bad," you know, instead of saying that, say, "Oh, even though he's not so good, but he's doing something very good, I'm so happy." Rejoice. Rejoicing is the direct antidote of the jealous. Okay? Jealous is not good mind. It consumes all your energy, you know. It destroys your virtue. So if you practice that rejoicing, you know, even as I mentioned, somebody you don't like, he or she hates you, but if you know how to practice rejoice, and then you see, that's the best practice that you can accumulate great merit. Okay? And then beseeching means requesting to give teachings, turn the wheel of Dharma. So samsara is ignorance. We are so ignorant. As yesterday mentioned, there some are very smart, but they're so ignorant, you know. So we need Dharma, Buddha's wisdom. So focusing to all the Buddhas of the 10 traditions and Bodhisattvas, so please turn the wheel of the Dharma so that we can achieve enlightenment, so that our mind be free from the confusion. Then next, praying means there are some great Bodhisattvas, Buddhas. They said, "Now I work so hard, now I'm a little tired, now I will retire." You know? So you focus to those Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, please don't retire until the end of the samsara. Please stay with us. Please endure the samsara to helping others and myself, saying these prayers. You know? So for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these virtues that I have accumulated, put together, I dedicate to every sentient beings to free from samsara and achieve the complete enlightenment. Okay, so please say this prayer 3 times together.
The 7 limbs. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offering, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offering, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offering, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate.
Okay, so these are simple things we need to put together. First, we took refuge in the Buddha. So Buddha is your root guru in this case, okay? Because Bodhicitta Muni is the teacher of this Kalpa, our time. No. He taught all these precious teachings. There are hundreds of volumes teachings, as you know. Buddha taught. After this Buddha, there are so many Buddhist schools. Basically, the Theravada school, Mahayana school, Vajrayana school, taught by one Buddha. And Buddha has that great skill, wisdom, compassion to help every sentient beings. We may have some differences way, communicating Buddha's teaching, but we are following the one Buddha. So precious. We respect everybody. No. See, everybody, as mentioned yesterday, all the Buddhists, we practice the Triyana. Not Triyana, the three training. See, Theravada, they have so much strong emphasis on the three training. And Vajrayana and Mahayana as well. And Vajrayana, also Khenchen Konchog Gyaltsen Lamasum. Odi. Jidasumbu said, the Vajrayana is within in the three training. The three trainings practice, you see. Basically, Buddha's teaching is Mahayana. But to fit individual's need at that moment, according to the capacity of the individuals, inclinations, Buddha taught these all the teachings. Like say, a child who cannot digest big meal, so the mother has a skill how to feed her child. So Buddha, so for those individuals, Buddha taught that kind of teachings. You practice this. Slowly, they mature. They gradually, then follow the Mahayana, Vajrayana, and achieve enlightenment. So from there, you can see the skill of the Buddha, the wisdom of the Buddha, the compassion of the Buddha. Such marvelous, When you understand these things, your devotion to Buddha is unwavering, cannot be divided, indivisible. You always just follow Buddha, nothing but follow Buddha. You never be astray or what you call derail from the path. So we need this kind of basic good understanding, okay? So that you feel confidence to Buddha. Always just you want to practice. So precious, you see. So take in this practice of bodhicitta now. This afternoon we'll go through this bodhicitta practice. But this morning we just did these 4 conditions. First you take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And then you take Buddha as your root guru to practice bodhicitta. Third, the 4 immeasurable practice. The third. Fourth, the 7 lamp prayers as a way to accumulate the 2, the merit and the wisdom. So these all the conditions builds you strength in the mind to cultivate bodhicitta, to practice bodhicitta. Then when you do practice bodhicitta, you do practice bodhicitta joyfully, happily, okay? Sometimes some teachers, they tell you, oh, bodhicitta is not so easy, maybe not for you, Don't take the 5 precepts right now, it's maybe not prepared, So they are not really communicating Buddha's teaching. We have to communicate Buddha's teaching to everybody who is interested in such a way that it makes sense and follow the path. And then you follow the path so joyfully. Okay? Shall we make a break, short break? Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Tenapa Tishtanteto Membawa Subu Kayo Membawa Anurato Membawa Sarvasiti Membawa Karma Suzame Chetan Shriya Kuru Hung Ha 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 Sarva Tata Gata Banjaramame Manzam Banjam Samaya Sadhu